Hey guys, and welcome back to Dan Kabanuck Photography yet once again, and thank you once again so much for tuning back in. So recently I went down and took some pictures at sunrise at the Golden Gate Bridge. It's something I've done several times. I've been there for sunset as well. You know, it's only 40 minutes away, and it's actually something I enjoy doing. It's you know, real quick though, I want to talk about this. Should photographers, whether you're aspiring professional photographers, take pictures of the monuments that are out there? You know, should we take pictures of the Golden Gate Bridge or Coit Tower? You know, should we take pictures of Yosemite? Those kinds of things, because there's any big tourist attraction. Should you know, the idea, there seems to be this notion that as professional photographers, those things are sort of cliche. Shouldn't do it. But here's the thing, man. I mean, millions of pictures of these places pop up every year. Millions of people visit San Francisco, and every single one of them goes over the bridge, gets their selfie and all that, and that's fantastic. And then they're posted on the internet, and there's billions of pictures of these famous places. I mean, there probably isn't another bridge that... Anyway, there probably isn't another bridge in the world that has more pictures taken of it than the Golden Gate. And so should you take it? Yeah! There's a few reasons. First of all, it's going to be your interpretation of the bridge, how you capture it. You know, even though there's billions of pictures of the bridge out there, you know, take your picture. It's going to be different. Now, unless you go down there and there's zero clouds, or unless you get down there and there's so much you can't see it, those types of pictures are going to be identical no matter who takes them. But other than that, the weather's different every time. The lighting is different. So, yeah, get your interpretation of whatever it is, whether it's Yosemite, whether it's the Golden Gate Bridge, Coit Tower, the Grand Canyon, whatever. You know, Zion. I mean, I want to go take that stuff. You know, why not? You know, the thing is, I sell quite a few pictures of the Golden Gate Bridge that I take. You know, my first picture, I waited for 2 years before I got the picture I wanted. Now, of course, you want to try to be different. I wanted a nasty storm coming in behind the Golden Gate Bridge, and I wanted it to go black and white. I haven't seen a lot of that out there in comparison to the others. So finally a storm comes in after going down there several times. I've literally gone down there to catch that and not being able to see the bridge at all. Literally sucked in, not there. All the way down there, not getting. But this time, I was coming in, I ran down there, set up. I got about 20 clicks off in two different, vertical and a horizontal. And it started pouring rain, and I took off. Well, that particular picture. So real quick here, sorry to just jump in. Here is a picture of that picture in the local gallery. It is obviously black and white. It's printed on aluminum. I've never been able to take a picture of this to really show what it looks like. It literally shimmers as you move around. It's really neat. And this particular size is 20 by 30. And it's been a very popular picture for me. I've sold many of, and one of them actually is in New Zealand. A gentleman came through Petaluma. He was a bridge architect, saw the picture in the gallery here, had to have it, and I have that picture in New Zealand. I mean, how cool is that? You know, that picture is also in France, it's in Hawaii, just from tourists coming through. So yeah, take the picture of the Golden Gate Bridge. Who cares how many are out there? Now let's get on with this. So I went down there to get some pictures of sunrise. I needed some new pictures of the bridge, something new to sell. I was hoping to get, we've had a lot of storms coming through, so I was hoping for a really cool kind of weather. So I got down there, and to me, I've gotten some of the best pictures so far of the bridge, and I'm printing them. So that's it. So let's get into this video. All right, so with the Golden Gate Bridge, you never know what you're going to get when you get here, ever. Doesn't matter what your apps say, doesn't matter what happened the day before, what you think it is when you go to bed. When you get here, it's always different. I'm on an off ramp here, so I'm kind of looking. The last exit before you go over to hit San Francisco, when you get off the exit, you can go left. If you go left, it goes up on top of the mountain, and it's basically the ocean side of the bridge. And it's a great place to view the bridge. Puts you way up above. It gets those iconic shots. You'll see like the Golden Gate Bridge sticking out of the fog and things like that. There's several places up on the hill to take the picture. And that's really where you want to be for sunset as well, because obviously the sun is setting out there in the water and going to light up that side of the bridge. I mean, if you're here for sunrise, you have to understand that side of the bridge is, it's going to be dark because the sun comes up obviously on the east side. Then if you take a right off of it, you go down below what's a place called Fort Baker. It's I believe it's this actual Civil War old school base, still active, Coast Guard, things like that. There's a big pier out there. You can go fishing, and you get the eastern side of the bridge, and that's what gets lit up when the sun rises. But again, I've been down there many times. Literally could not see the bridge at all. And so I get down here and it's like nothing. However, this morning the fog band is in the middle, so that's kind of cool. So you can see the lights below the fog, and then the bridge is above it. So I've decided to go down. I want the bridge to get lit up when the sun rises, and so that's I'm hoping for a good shot there. So hopefully we can go get it. All right, so this could be actually a pretty cool morning. Fog's actually coming in right now, more so than when I got here. City skyline looks pretty amazing as well from here. Don't get great images, it's kind of too far, for the telephotos. In my experience, it's not super sharp being extended way out there. But this could be a cool morning. Could get some really good shots. So hopefully we get that. That'd be awesome. All right, so here's the first image. It's obviously vertical. I like it a lot. I love the way that the tower in front completely disappears into the fog at the top. I love the way the lights have lit up the fog. I love the reflection of the light in the water and the overall colors. What I don't care for is the fence in the bottom right corner. Tried using the Lightroom healing tools. They just aren't powerful enough to make it go away. I am printing this, and what I was able to do on the printed version was do a linear gradient filter, darken it up. I was able to get a brush out and kind of darken the poles of the fence, so it's not really nearly as noticeable, and the eyes go directly to the bridge. I expect that Photoshop can probably get rid of the fence, but I'm not very good at it, so I'm going to work on that and see if I can at least remove the fence. I don't mind the grassy stuff in the bottom right, but it's the fence sticking in the water that I would like to see go away. At any rate, I printed this fairly large. I do have somebody really interested in it, so that's pretty exciting. Okay, so this is the second image from the same spot. It's pretty interesting because this was taken pretty nearly at the same time, and if you look, the fog's already starting to thin out because you can see pretty much most of the top of that first tower in the fog. Still like the way the fog is lit up, but not as much as I liked in the vertical version. This one is zoomed in more, obviously, to capture the bridge, so it eliminated a lot of the water at the bottom, eliminated a lot of the fencing stuff at the bottom right. The problem is, to get the water in the image, which I would have really liked, you get much more of the city at the left hand side of the frame, and it looks really weird, so it just doesn't work. But this image still works for me. I am printing it, and I do actually have a client interested in it, which again is another thing that's pretty exciting. So I'm very happy with this image. I like it. I don't like it as much as the vertical in terms of the fog, but I still like it, and it's one of the best I've taken down there. All right, slight bit of color starting to show up. It's pretty cool. We've got red in the sky right now, just a little bit coming in. Sea lion popped up The second ghost scared the hell out of me. It's kind of funny. I don't know if we can see the red coming up over by the bay, but yeah, probably not in this, but it's I think it could be a pretty cool morning. Okay, so after those first two shots, I moved over to the pier where everybody fishes from. Obviously, blue hour is starting to happen. Love the colors in this image. I love shooting from here because I can get the entire bridge in, as well as a lot of the reflection of the water. Works really well. Obviously, you can see that the fog has moved out even more because even more of the tower is visible. Would have been really cool to have the same fog density as the very first vertical image. But overall, I'm really happy with this, and this is another one that I'm printing. All right, so those are the that's the scene we got going on. Zoom in here, you can see the amazing color coming up right behind the city with the lights on. Might be able to get something cool. Well, here's the Golden Gate. Honestly, nothing exciting there. Nothing. All the cool fog kind of went away, so that's too bad. We get something over here using the 70 to 200. See what we can do. All right, so this was actually taken a little bit before that last little piece of video. I love this hour as the sun comes up and all the lights are still on. It's just nothing like it. It's my favorite part of the morning. You see the dashes at the top middle. That was a plane going by. The left side has the Bay Bridge. Moving over from there, the little teeny light stick is Coit Tower. You move over to all the lighted buildings. They put lights on all the buildings in the Embarcadero during the holidays. And just past that is the Transamerica building, and so on. It moves towards downtown. Definitely not a printable image just because of the distance we're at. It's got kind of a weird pier in front here, which of course I can remove in Photoshop. But overall, I just wanted to show you guys the view that I had that morning. Pretty spectacular. All right, so I had some amazing red colors behind the city skyline. Way more interesting this morning than the Golden Gate. All that's gone now. So the sun is set to crack up in about 10 minutes. Hoping once it comes over the hills, there is a lot of overcast. But if we get some more color, what I've decided to do is do a polarizer and a neutral density filter so that I can get a really long exposure and really get the clouds moving in the water, nice and soft. Hopefully when the sun pops up we'll get some more color. Otherwise this is pretty much the end of this trip, but pretty happy. What I was doing is I was switching between autofocus and manual focus because I'm pretty far away from the city, and I've got this is almost maximum the whole time at 200 millimeters. And so you just never know, but I was able to zoom in with manual Ghirardelli squares over there, and the lights were on with the lettering, and I was using that as my focal point. So if you can read that and that was sharp, the rest in theory should be. Hopefully it worked out. Won't know until I get the computer. And this is what I got. Absolutely gorgeous pink sky behind it. I mean, I love the hour. I mean, this is exactly the kind of photography that I really love. There's better places to get these types of images of San Francisco, but overall I'm really happy with this. Little teeny bit of the Bay Bridge on the far left, then we have Coit Tower, then moving over we have Embarcadero with the financial district. I really like the little teeny blue light you can see at the top of the I think that's a Transamerica building. So yeah, and if you look in the middle you can kind of see the Ghirardelli Square lights that I was talking about. So that's the view I had. Now what I was hoping was that this pink would continue as the sun came up and light up the clouds behind the Golden Gate Bridge, and then put some light on the bridge. I think that would have been a spectacular image, especially if some of the fog would have hung out. Didn't happen at all. After this little light show, it went away, and then the light, and we got super flat, and that was the end. But super happy with the images that I did get. All right, guys, so there's my little trip down there. Really like the images I got. You never know with the weather. was gonna be like. Happy with my images, and until the next time, we'll see you. Please like, subscribe, share, and as always, keep shooting. Take care, guys. Bye.